Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to repair your fishing guides if one happens to be broken. Actually, this one had 3 of them broken, so we're just going to do step by step on all 3 of them. And don't do this with an expensive rod. This is a cheapy Walmart rod that probably cost like 20 bucks. I actually found it out there when I was fishing. But this is a very easy and quick fix and a cheap fix. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, before we do that, I'm going to show you guys what you're going to need. You're going to need 5-minute epoxy. If you don't have that, super glue would work just as fine. Okay? You are going to need nylon thread. This I picked up at Walmart also for 99 cents. Now don't get the cotton because the cotton comes out really fuzzy and it's just terrible to work with. It's going to be a messier situation than you're going to deal with. And you're going to need guides. These are guides that I picked up from rods that people have thrown away or broken. I just picked them up. I scrap them for parts and I collect all these guides. You're going to need a toothpick, piece of cardboard, and a brush. Okay? But first things first, you're also going to need masking tape. Okay? And I'm going to show you right now how we're going to do this. First things first, we're going to look for where the guides are and where the epoxy ends. I don't know if you can see it ends here, and the epoxy ends on this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark that off with the masking tape on each side. That's just to give us an idea of where we need to stop with our thread. Okay, let's make sure that's straight. There we go. Just like that, okay? There's our mark. That's where we're going to stop with our thread, right on those 2 spots. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to take a razor blade and we're going to start cutting out the foot of this. And this part you have to be very careful. You don't want to cut into the rod. So you're going to do it little by little, piece by piece, because if you go too fast, you're going to end up cutting yourself or you're going to end up damaging the rod. And we're just going to keep doing that all the way around until we have it out on both sides. We're going to keep doing that on both sides, okay? Eventually, it's going to look like this. All right? Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this guide, all right, and we're going to place it on there. Make sure it's right. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. And we're going to take another piece of tape. Now, you don't have to worry about it being on there straight right now because we're only going to take one side, okay? Make sure that's in the center. That looks pretty good. And now we're going to try to line up all the guides, and the way you do that is by looking down the largest guide that you have on the rod and looking straight down. Okay, I don't know, let's see. We're going to look straight down this one, make sure it's even. Right about there, that looks good. Now we're going to hold it down right there like that. We're going to hold it just like that, okay? That looks about right. But we know it's not right yet because we need to start wrapping with the thread. And the way we're going to do that, let's see if I can get it. It's probably easier this way. All right, yeah. We're going to leave a long tag end. We're going to come up to the very beginning of the guide, all the way to the front. Okay, we're going to make a couple of X's. That's going to hold the line down. I mean the guide down and the line as well. All right, just like that. All right. Now we can go ahead and chop off the excess right here of that. Now this is the hard part. I mean, this is going to take you forever. You're going to have to wrap all the way down, and you're going to keep doing this. Now remember, this is very thin line, so you're going to come back on it. You're going to go over this about twice. So don't worry about the little gaps right now. But see, that one's pretty big, so we're going to keep pushing it up, pushing it up, pushing it up. That's all we're going to do. Keep pushing, 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 and we're just going to continue. And we're going to keep doing this all the way down on both sides, just like that. Now, this has tension on it, so you want to keep good tension on the line so it comes out pretty good. We're going to go up, and go up. See how we're getting gaps right there? We got to push those up. Okay? And Don't worry about the smaller gaps because we are going to come back over it. And you're just going to keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, just like that. Now we're going to keep pushing it up, pushing it up. All right, and eventually, well, let's just go ahead and finish this. Eventually, after you're done wrapping and pushing and wrapping, this is the longest part of doing the wrap. Is doing the wrap for the guides, and eventually it's going to come out something like this one on the end. Okay, it's going to look something like that. This one I had to go over 4 times, no, 3 times. See that? Like I said, this is just a quick fix, but if you want to spend $10–15 to get each guide done, that's on you. But for me, on a $20 rod, it ain't even worth it. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take a little piece of thread, okay, and we're going to just make a loop on the end, just like that. We're going to leave it just like that. You see how that is? Just like that? Okay. To finish off the knot, because we have to do something with this excess line that we have here, and you're not going to just make a knot and then call it a day. You want it to look, you know, fairly decent. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay down that loop right on there, and you're just going to go over it about 4 or 5 times. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 5 times. We're going to go over it 5 times. Okay? Then you're going to take your tag end of that line and you're going to push it through that loop. Okay? We're going to grab that end and we're going to pull it out. Now, this part where you made the loop in that line, you're just going to drag it through. And there it goes. That locks down the line. All that's left is to cut off this tag end. Alright? That's looking pretty good. Now, you could go like this all over the line. You know, try to flatten it out as much as you can, because you do want it to look pretty, you know, fairly decent. So we're just going to use the paintbrush to rub the line down, flatten it out, maybe fill in those gaps that we missed. That's looking good. There you go. It's going to look like that. Okay. That's pretty good. Now we're just going to, now here's where I said you have a choice. If you don't have the epoxy, you can just put super glue all over it, let it dry. But as you can see, I used epoxy on this one. And all I got to do, once you put the epoxy on it, is just keep turning it and turning it, turning it until it hardens up on itself a little bit. And then you just set it aside. But you do have to keep turning it and turning it. And that's how you fix your rod guide. Alright? Until next time, have a good one.